Welcome, everyone. I'm calling this meeting to order at 6 p.m. Just a couple of reminders. Last meeting, we changed the amount of time that people can speak, so you can now speak up to 2 minutes. Let's please honor that. We have lots of things on the agenda tonight. Another thing I wanted to mention is that last month, we accidentally said that this meeting ends at 9 p.m. It does not. It ends at 8:30 p.m. So I'm extra grateful if you stick to the 2-minute mark. If I can get Curtis to help me with roll call.
All right, roll call. Salas. Absent. Minerby. Online. Young.
Here. Present.
Online. Aldana. Johnson.
Present.
Menina.
Present.
Tamura. Absent. Kachuk.
Present.
Lee. Absent. Quadri.
Online, yes. Here.
Online.
Online.
Robati.
Here.
Pope.
Present.
Erickson. And Secretary Aldana, you have 9 members present. Quorum.
Honolulu Fire Department. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Firefighter 1 Braden Burnett. I'm with McCully Fire Station. The statistics for July of 2025, we had 2 structure fires, 6 nuisance fires, and then 11 activated alarms. We had 90 medical emergencies, 3 motor vehicle collisions with pedestrians, 5 motor vehicle crash/collisions, and 1 hazardous materials incident. And knowing where to find accurate official information is key part of being prepared. Learn more at honolulu.gov/dem/stay-inform. Alert methods include opt-in alerts. These notify individuals who have signed up to receive alerts via text, email, or app push notifications. Based on user preferences, alerts are not sent based on location. First, system includes H&L Alert and official government social media. 2, sign up at hnlalert.gov to receive notifications. 3, alerts may be shared by official city, state, and trusted partner accounts. Public alert and warning systems. These systems deliver urgent life-saving information during immediate threats to public safety. In Hawaii, these includes 1, emergency alert system or EAS, 2, wireless emergency alerts or WEA, and 3, outdoor warning sirens depending on the emergency. 1 or more of these systems may be activated. Any questions?
Any questions from the board here in the room? Any questions from board members online? Any questions from community in the room? Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
HPD District 1.
Aloha, I'm Sergeant Wang. I represent District 1. For this month, reported incidents of motor vehicle theft is 1, burglary is 1, theft is 4, UMV is 2, assault is 1, drugs is 1, motor vehicle collisions is 26. If you want, the statistical information can be found on the HPD public website at honolulupd.org. Traffic tip of the day is to basically exercise some personal responsibility, be a positive influence to your friends and family. We have a very high number of traffic fatalities. I want to say the number is 56, but I can't be sure. I got to go check again. 9 of it, I believe, was motorcycles involving young men, and 1 is an e-bike. There doesn't appear to be any type of pattern or whatever it is to figure out what's causing this, but that's all I have. Any questions?
Any questions from the board in person? Any questions from board members online? Any questions from community in person? for District 1. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you.
District
Mahalo.
7.
Hi, good afternoon. Lieutenant Nishimura, I'm representing HVD District 7, East Honolulu. The following are the statistics for the month of July. Motor vehicle theft 9, burglary 5, theft 20, UEMV 6, with total calls for service in the district 5,662. Our monthly tip would like to echo our partners at HFD for everyone to sign up for the official notification system of the City and County of Honolulu, found at hnlalert.gov. When you sign up, you can get alerts about severe weather, road closures, ocean conditions, water main breaks, but especially in light of our recent tsunami alert, you can receive updates and guidance with regards to those types of situations and emergencies. Again, that's hnlalert.gov. Thank you, and that's our presentation for the month.
Any questions from board members in the room? Board members online? Community in the room? Please remember to say your name for us.
Yes, Laura Ruby, Mōʻiliʻili, community member. I just wanted to thank District 7 again for apprehending our guy we call the digger. And he was apprehended and we rode up. I went to court and with waiting 3 hours because they were backlogged. He was given the opportunity to plead guilty and go into treatment with housing and food. And the main thing was to stay away from the Mōʻiliʻili Japanese cemetery and check in with a regular, whatever it is. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, it's the kind of thing you have to check in every week or whatever. Well, he chose to get out of the jail and to not go anywhere near the cemetery. But officers, I did see him very close by on Kahuna and I'm sorry, University and Kuile Street, lying on the ground and with a shopping cart. He's not supposed to go anywhere near the cemetery. So please, I've told everybody I know, call 911 emergency right away and for an officer to come and he will go back to jail. So I would appreciate it if you can just keep your eyes open. He's got kind of, outgrowth
20
hair.
seconds.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Mahalo. Any other questions from community? Is Board of Water Supply here? Nope. Okay, moving on to Mayor Blangiardi's representative, Daniel.
Good evening, everyone. Dan Brick, Department of Environmental Services, Deputy Director. So I will read some of this month's highlights from the mayor's newsletter. The city makes major land acquisition on South Veritania to support the future Honolulu Police Department operations. Mayor Blangiardi announces additions to the city leadership team, including a new assistant zoo director at the Honolulu Zoo. Demolition begins at 1615 LOI Boulevard as the city prepares to build new affordable housing complex on the property. A massive solar canopy is coming to the LOI golf course parking lot, and this will keep cars cool and it will power the clubhouse. And members of the Honolulu Youth Commission discuss a wide range of topics with the mayor during a meeting in July. So this is all highlights from the mayor's newsletter, the August 2025 edition, and that can be found online at www.honolulu.gov/mayor/newsletter. Moving on to some other updates, there's the LOI Bridge project. So Laura Ruby had requested that DTS Director Roger Morton provide an update on the LOI Bridge project. When does DTS plan to host a community presentation for this project? So for this month's update, DTS held 2 public workshops on November 20th and the 23rd to solicit of 2024 to solicit additional feedback from broader community on the preferred bridge design. So 297 participants signed into the workshops to view the results. They're available on DTS's website, honolulu.gov/DTS. wp/content /uploads/sites. There is a question that came up last month, the new Dole Street traffic pattern. So with the reduction of lanes on Dole Street east of University Avenue, can DTS create a traffic plan with UH Manoa to keep traffic flowing on Dole Street, especially during student move-in and in football season? Can DTS highlight this project and publicize why this new traffic pattern was made? If this new traffic pattern causes significant traffic congestion, will DTS restripe Dole Street to have 2 lanes on each side of the road? Why did DTS not consider shared use paths and extend the sidewalks on Dole Street to accommodate bicyclists and pedestrians? And can DTS install signage to discourage mopeds from using bike lanes, especially on Dole Street? So DTS responded. DTS conducted a traffic study during the fall 2024 semester, coordinated with UH on the proposal, and generally avoided operational changes to major signalized intersections to minimize traffic impacts from the lane reconfiguration. No major traffic impacts are anticipated. Dole and Metcalf streets were recently paved by a contractor of the Department of Facility Maintenance due to poor pavement quality. Revised ordinances of Honolulu, Section 14-18, known as the city's Complete Streets Ordinance, requires the city to install complete streets features as part of all transportation projects. In fact, the city delivers many of its own complete streets traffic safety improvements as part of roadway repaving and rehabilitation efforts to achieve efficiency and maximize limited resources. This opportunity allows us to improve or to implement roadway changes that have long been contemplated and recommended by both the city and UH with little additional cost or disruption to the community. The city will continue to highlight the project through various communication channels, which include local media, newsletters, and social media. As with all projects that change the roadway layout, DTS will continue to monitor the new layout to see if any adjustments are necessary. And this project was done as part of a simple mill and fill paving project that only addresses curb-to-curb pavement. Any changes to curbs, sidewalks, and drainage were beyond the scope of the project and would be very expensive to implement. And according to Hawaii Revised Statutes 291C-197, if a bike lane is provided on the roadway, mopeds must ride in the bike lane. As such, no signage prohibiting mopeds from riding in the bike lane is necessary. So speaking of mopeds using bike lanes, the question came up last month. What is the fine for mopeds using bike lanes? In District 1 and 7, how many warnings and citations were issued for mopeds using bike lanes and sidewalks in 2024 and 2025? So HPD provides some information. Citations issued for driving on a sidewalk. So for District 1 in 2024, there was 11. In 2025, there's been 0. For District 7 in 2024, there was 2. In 2025, there was 3. Unfortunately, we are unable to distinguish how many of those citations were issued to vehicles or mopeds. We just know that citations were issued. Mopeds are allowed in bicycle lanes under Hawaii Revised Statute Section 291C-197A. Driving mopeds on bicycle lanes and paths. It states that wherever bicycle lanes are provided on the roadway, moped drivers shall use such bicycle lanes. So moving on, there was a question on grass keeping and sprinkler systems. So Morgan Lee last month shared concerns about the grass not growing correctly and holes in the ground at the Alawai Community Park, Alawai Off-Leash Dog Park, and Alawai Neighborhood Park. The question, can DPR check the sprinkler system and fill any holes in the ground? So maintenance staff will inspect the irrigation systems and grounds at these locations and troubleshoot any issues, repairs needed to the irrigation system, and fill in low spots in the field. So McCully District Park classroom. So Paul Robati asked if DPR can install air conditioning in the McCully District Park classrooms, this specific room. And in the meantime, can more fans be provided for monthly neighborhood board meetings? So at this time, we do not have any resources or funding to install air conditioning units in the classrooms. However, we can assist, we can have staff set up additional fans to improve ventilation in the Japanese school building classrooms for monthly neighborhood board meetings. And that is my update. So I'll open it up to any questions.
Thank you for such a comprehensive report. Any questions from board members in person? Justin.
I just want to thank you for providing an update on the Dole street repaving project. Having ridden down there on the buffered bike lane, it's been a much more comfortable, safer experience. One question I have is that the DTS, they did, as part of a previous walk audit with this neighborhood board, produce preliminary plans for roadway reconstruction, repaving along Metcalf and McCauley Street. And some of those plans certainly will be conducted for traffic calming, curb extensions at all the intersections. And I think at South King, McCauley intersection in particular, they'll have the first quote unquote Dutch protected intersection. And it would be, if possible, DTS for the future to present more of those refined plans when applicable ready. That would be excellent. I think the community would be really interested to see road safety improvements, especially in the aftermath of continuous 55 fatalities as of this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Other questions in person from the board? Any
Question.
questions?
Oh, sorry, I have one question.
Oh, go ahead,
You
John.
mentioned in your wording for the mopeds, you said that in the case that a bike path is available, mopeds shall use that bike path, meaning that they should use the bike path and not the roads themselves? Is it required, or is it just they have the ability to?
I'll have to check on that. I think they have the ability to. I'll have to check it. It's revised statute section 291C-197A. Well, it states that wherever bicycle lanes are provided on the roadway, oh yes, moped drivers shall use such bicycle lanes.
So it sounds like they don't have the ability or the option to use the road in those cases then.
Correct.
Okay,
That's
thank
the
you.
language I have in front of me.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Other questions in person? Any questions online from board members? Community questions?
Laura Ribby again. I'm sorry that the mayor should really be handling this. The LOI proposed vehicle conduit has not done anything for over 6 months. The LOI school meeting was, I hate to say it this way, but a real shibai. It was a top-down effort. It's a strategy effort to keep people that are regular community people, and I mean this in other communities also, from being able to really express what their neighborhood is about. And I asked specifically Anton Crookie and Peter Gordino. Anton passed it off to Peter. And I asked him specifically, what is the criteria, as Roger Morton said, that the mayor said that, or anyway, Roger conveyed it, that it would be a modest bridge. It would be narrower and lower and all of the other things. What I want for the community is the criteria of what the bridge can be, because if they're going to have a design build, and again, a design build contractor is top down, not bottom up, meaning come from the community. What else is a neighborhood board except from the community? And I asked for what is the RFP, that's a request for proposals. And what are they going to be told so they know how to come out if they're going to be building a bridge? I said, I conveyed a good team that would be very good for environmentally conscious and neighborhood people. And I asked for the RFP for any contractors, because they invited contractors to that LOI school meeting. And that's really not the way to go. If they have more information
30
in the community,
seconds.
we should have known it. So please, Mr. Mayor, we'd really like you to come, and we really like Roger Morton and Peter Gardino to express something other than we've heard time and time again. Thank you.
Other community questions?
Good evening, my name is McCully-Mōʻiliʻili. I wanted to bring to your awareness what's happening across the street from my house. I live on 1819 Eisenberg Street, and I have cement trucks and all kinds of trucks with their reverse beepers happening at like 5:15, 5:30s, 5:45. They're all pulling up for the McCully-Mōʻiliʻili job site. And these guys are starting at like, a couple of weeks ago, they were starting at like 5:30, 5:45. We had guys coming in last week. We had a guy cutting metal studs at 6:40 in the morning, and that thing echoes all the way across into our apartment building. Yeah, and also we had a guy blowing an air horn at 6:45 in the morning, and I called some guy named Ka'oho or something like that. He's like the job overseer. He called me back, left a message, and I never got to make contact with him. So I left a message back on his phone. He's like the main dude on the Sanford Cars group. So Sanford Car is the overseer. So I was hoping that you guys could start addressing that situation, because it's really annoying having cement trucks piling up outside our house with their reverse beepers. Yeah. So please address that. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions from community? Got it. Thank you so much, Dan.
Thank you.
My apologies. Questions online? Watanabe? Do you want to try to unmute? Okay, we'll move on to Councilmember Nishimoto.
Aloha, Chair and Board, or Vice Chair. Just wanted to share with the neighborhood board that my boss introduced Bill 55 on behalf of our community members, just to help regulate some of the Bill 7 projects coming up in our community. And we're gonna work to continue advocating for that. But yeah, if you have any questions, please let us know.
Morgan, do you mean, or Taylor, sorry, do you mean Bill 53 or it is Bill 55?
So sorry, I think it was Bill 53. I'm getting tongue-tied, but yes.
No problem. Questions from board members in the room? Questions from board members online? Questions from community members in the room?
Me.
Michelle, was that you? Go ahead, Meryl.
Hi, Taylor, it's Merrill. I'm just curious how we're doing with the issue on South King Street with the parking during the tollway zone from 3:30 to 6:30. I've been banging on that door, and I called you about a month ago, I think, about there, and nothing's really changed. So I asked you back then on the phone call, what was the next step that we can take in order to address this situation, because we're having a lot of cars parked all the way down South King Street, starting from like Stadium Park, that little bunch of stores that's right there on the corner next to the park, Stadium Park, and then that's that restaurant called The Spot, the Subway right there on the corner, and the notorious Down to Earth store right there. That's like the main blocker right there every day, and it goes on, and we call, and we come to the meetings, we address it, and we really don't get much done. And I know you said that the resources are limited. We're battling with HPD resources, but then when I go look across the street from my house at the Honu project, I have 2 officers that sit there 24 hours a day, sitting there in the park and dealing with whatever's going on over there until that project is finished. So I don't know about the resources being limited and not being able to address those issues there. So I'm just curious what the next step is. Since we talked about it on the phone, now I'd like to discuss it publicly, what the next step is.
Thank you. Other questions from community? Moving on. We're in person now. Go ahead. Will you come up to the mic and introduce yourself and direct your question to Taylor, please?
This is Joanne Ochi to Taylor Date. I've called your office like 20 something times. Are you guys working? Because I haven't gotten an answer from you. And don't tell me that to pass me off to somebody else because it's you.
I can answer that. They're working. She's here now. Other questions?
No, I want her to answer, not you. You're
Okay,
not
I'm
her.
just okay. I just want to respond to Mero, so I'll give you a call. But we've worked with DFM to make sure there's proper signage. HPD has gone out multiple times to cite the area, but the
I
next
haven't
step
gotten
would be
that
to part.
information though. I haven't
I
gotten that information.
sorry, I'm talking to Meryl. But yes, um,
We're done.
but yeah, Meryl,
Okay,
I'll
I'm here.
give you.
Sorry.
No. I'll give you a call to follow up on the issue, but it would be the next step is to partner with the local businesses in order for them to make sure they're also, reaching out to HPD. But, on our end, I feel like we've tried to exercise the different issues at hand in terms of making sure there's proper signage in the area, among other things. So, yeah, I mean, the next really working with HPD and the local businesses to continue to document the issues.
Yeah, those, it's almost to the point where I think they're getting sick and tired of hearing my calls from HPD. And I don't want to be a nuisance to them, I'm trying not to go that route. And, as far as partnering with the stores, I think you guys sent letters if I'm not mistaken, yeah? So obviously we're not getting anywhere with that. So this thing's been ongoing with you guys. Now, when I say you guys, I mean in general speaking, my addressing the board and such. Since what's his name that was before Scott?
Calvin Say,
Yeah,
Councilmember
Calvin
Say.
Say. Yeah. So I started addressing this with Calvin Say. So we're still going, and I just want to see better results. That's all. And I'll be looking forward to your call. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Meryl.
Welcome.
Can I get an answer?
No, thank you.
Okay, moving on. Board business presentation. So point A, approval of initial convening meeting written summary for the video record. If there's no objections, I'm going to pass on that note because there are corrections I would like to make, but I didn't get a chance to as the secretary. So if it's all right, we will move on to election of vice chair. The vice chair will serve their term until June 30th, 2026. Are there any nominations for vice chair by board members? I would like to nominate Michelle for vice chair. Any second?
Second.
Do you accept, Michelle?
Yes, accept.
Mahalo. Any other nominations?
Paul Robati.
Any more nominations than that?
Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
My apologies, Daniela, what did you say?
Yes, I have a nomination.
For vice chair? Who?
Erendira.
I'm secretary already,
Okay,
Daniela.
all right. Then Susan Pope.
Susan, do you accept? She does not accept.
Okay. Then
Paul, what would you like to say?
Robotti.
Hello?
Can
Yes,
you hear
Paul.
me?
Yeah, yes,
Paul Robotti.
yes,
And Paul accepts.
yes.
Any other nominations? So we have Rabati and Kachuk. We are going to do a roll call. Please state the last name of the person that you would like to vote for vice chair.
Salas.
Kachuk.
Kachuk. Minerby.
Roboti,
Robati. Young.
Robati?
Robati. Aldana.
Kachuk.
Kachuk. Johnson.
Robati,
Robati. Menina.
Kachuk.
Kachuk. Tamura. Absent. Kachuk.
Check.
Lee. Absent. Quadri.
Robati.
Robati. Robati.
Robati?
Robati. Pope.
Roboti.
Robati. And Erickson. Erickson is absent. I have 4 votes for Kachuk and 6 votes for Robati. Quorum is 7. No vice chair has been elected at this time.
We'll try again next month. Okay, board business C, establishing a permitted action group, a PIG on neighborhood issues and survey. Daniela, would you like to speak for up to 5 minutes about this?
yes. I have prepared the questionnaire time 3-4 meetings ago. Can you hear me?
Yes, please continue.
Okay, very good. And there was a misprint on the questionnaire on the 5 question. The different issue. Do you strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree? The disagree was a mistake. I wrote strongly agree instead of strongly disagree. So that was a misprint, which I have corrected, and I will send again to each board member. Yes, I would like to create a permitted meeting to work on all the topic on the questionnaire, and specifically the Alawai watershed, and with the other member of this particular meeting to study more in depth what's happening and to study the bill. And I also want to mention that while Palolo and Manoa and Waikiki have done studies on the watershed, our neighborhood board has not really presented in an informative way what are our question and present and ask all the groups and people involved in the designing of this bill, what is the position of our neighborhood and the people in our neighborhood, McCully-Mōʻiliʻili. And I think we need to do that. So then we also express the voice of our neighbors, which we have not done sufficiently or at all. We don't. Of course, there are other topics regarding what are the main basic needs of our neighborhood. We could also, in the permitted action group, go briefly through what have been the needs of the community. It seems like a major undertaking, but actually, if we divide it among us, we can see through the years quickly what have been the issues of our neighborhood and how they have been addressed by the city and county, or by the different officers and administrators of Oahu. So I would like to create this permitted meeting and be prepared to better prepared than to ask our council member um, uh, question and express from the community what really are our needs and how we really want to be heard. Okay, this is for now. I'm ready to hear any question from anyone.
Thank you, Daniela. I really appreciate your efforts in spearheading this. In the last 10 seconds, you mentioned doing the survey so we could be better equipped to speak with the council member. You mean only Scott Nishimoto, or do you mean all of our representatives? Can you clarify for me?
Well, the more we have our community or neighborhood board meeting heard, certainly by our council member, but also in general by all our representative, and our voice needed to be well presented as the voice of the community, and we can't afford to be shy or not prepared in addressing important issue, for instance, the watershed with a humongous issues, and the Alawai Canal issue, design build
The
issue,
bridge.
and
Yes.
the bridge. We need to be well prepared and ask the administrator to respond to our question, which in turns are representing the voice of our community.
Got it. Everyone and everyone. Thank you. Any other questions for Daniela from board members in the room? Justin.
Thank you, Daniela. Would your survey also look at transportation issues, particularly landscape deficits such as missing sidewalks, accessibility features, street trees, and also ways in which this survey can align with current city and county action plans that can help remedy these deficits?
Can you
I
give me
think-
1 second, Daniela?
Excuse me.
So part of the PIG is that we as board members get together to discuss what we would like the survey to include and what that can look like. So a permitted interaction group allows board members to discuss a particular issue without violating sunshine laws. So we are being transparent on saying more than 2 of us would like to gather to throw around ideas, to learn about a particular issue. However, we will not have people making any decisions. Official resolutions will not be passed within the terms of the permitted interaction group. So the answer, my apologies to interrupt you, Daniela, is yes, it could if you would like to be part of the permitted interaction group.
Apologies. Thank you for clarifying.
Other questions? Salas.
I believe last time we spoke about this, we discussed on how we would administer the survey. Has that been remedied at all? Because I remember they were saying we don't have funding to mail it out. What's the current plan on administering the survey?
So if I remember correctly, Daniela, there's no current plan, but said plan can be discussed and decided in the permitted
that's
interaction group. Is that correct,
Thank you.
Daniela?
Thank you. That's correct.
Yeah. So to be determined if you would choose to participate. Other questions in person from the board? Questions from board members online? Michelle?
Yes, thanks. So I just want to make sure I understand what this permitted interaction group will do specifically. So thank you, Daniela, for sending out the survey. So since it's amended, then can we put that on the agenda for next week? Or is your intent that you want the permitted interaction group to specifically revise the survey and then we'll bring it back to the board?
The answer is the second one, Michelle. So the permitted interaction group makes it so we can discuss as a group, and if the group is ready to present next month, they can. If they are not ready to present this next month, no need, can continue to discuss for as long as necessary. So our ask
So just a
tonight,
couple other
yes,
questions and sorry,
go ahead.
follow-up questions. So one, I thought I had understood at one point, and maybe this is a point of order question. Isn't the permitted interaction group limited to a specific amount of time? Like it can't be indefinitely? And then secondly, to that, it sounded like there was a plan to maybe have the permitted interaction group discuss kind of a bunch of issues outside of the survey. And I think we want to be really careful that we're not trying to do something that would allow us to get around sunshine laws and discussing things out in the open with the community present and able to ask questions. So I think we need to make sure it's very specific to, if you're talking about the survey, then that should be the only issue permitted.
Yes, that is correct. So the pig that Daniela is proposing is to invite other board members to meet with her and a larger group to discuss the contents of the survey, the administration of the survey, any potential results that we can obtain from the survey. Does that help?
Yeah, that does. I just thought I heard other issues like the watershed and some other things that were going to be discussed as issues as well. So we just want to be careful of that.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, Daniela, go ahead.
Eventually, when we have our, we are agree on the questionnaire and how we administer it, etc. Eventually, there will be particular issue that will seems of great importance, and then at a board meeting, if that's what some of the board want to present to the next meeting as another permitted use to study a particular issue, we can have that too. Another permitted meeting on a different topic.
Yes, but for now, only survey.
And for now,
Yes.
it
Mahalo.
doesn't exclude an in-depth study or of what the community need about a specific issue.
Yes, because it's open-ended, the survey. Any other questions, Michelle, or any other questions from board members online? So I motion to allow a permanent interaction group to convene specifically to discuss the development of a community survey, the administration of said community survey, and any results that we may obtain from having collected data via this survey. Cool.
I have a question, Erendira.
Yes, Daniela.
How many permitted meetings are allowed? Not in terms of time, but in terms of subject, topic.
There's a link in the chat, Daniela, that has some details about pigs.
Yes.
Curtis is telling me that the pig can meet an unlimited amount of time, but let's double check that.
They're on the same topic, but can one...
So the pig can only be about this particular topic, Daniela, the survey. Yes.
Yeah, but
only
can
the
you-
survey.
My question is this. Can you also have a permitted meeting on another issue? Could be any issue, could be the bike lane, let's say.
No.
Okay, one at a time then. After this is
Correct.
ended, we enter another one. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Second.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone like to second the pig survey?
I second Daniela's permitted interaction group.
Thank you.
Public testimony.
Okay.
Auntie Laura.
First of all, thank you. How many, is it open to community members to join the group? And that could be any number besides the board members. And second of all, the other watershed a special district initiative has been going around, and this is going to be a very important part of wherever the survey goes. And it's right now it is scheduled in its writing as a top-down. It cannot be top-down. This is an indication of what is a bottom-up.
Do you have a question about the survey, Auntie Laura?
Yes, and the question is that it will focus on bottom-up responses, and that's what we're talking about now, the PIG. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Are there any objections? Got it. Okay. Which members would like to participate in this PIG survey? We need to make that transparent now because it is these people who are able to participate in these conversations. Daniela?
Yes.
Justin? A group of 2 so far.
Michelle.
Susan? A group of 3. Any other board member online that would like to participate in the PIG survey? Okay, so we want to make it clear that board members, if you don't throw your name in the hat today, you don't get to be part of conversations moving forward. Okay.
Can you repeat who?
It's going to be Minervi, Menina, Johnson so far.
And Kachuk.
Oh, and Kachuk.
Thank you.
I misspoke. Johnson did not accept. Instead, it was Pope. Let me try that again. Minervi, Menina, Pope, Kachuk. Is that correct, Michelle?
Yes, and I thought I heard one other person.
One incorrect one.
Okay.
I misspoke.
I will add my name to the list.
Salas. We can have one more member. There is a limit to how many board members can meet because we cannot have quorum in a PIG.
Yeah.
That's a good amount. Okay, thank you, everyone. So are there any objections to establishing our survey PIG? None in person? Any objections online from board members? Seeing none, we have a PIG. The motion is adopted. Mahalo. Maybe for the second PIG, it'll go a little smoother. Justin, would you like to talk about establishing a different PIG, discussing Bill 53 related to affordable housing? You have up to 5 minutes to talk to us about this.
Thank you. I'll be very brief. Much news has been discussed about Bill 53 related to affordable housing. And while that bill has been postponed until an appropriate committee date has been set, I felt it was pertinent considering that we have a number of Bill 7 projects within our community that we should explore potential recommendations how we can enhance this bill. While I applaud the intention of Bill 53 to address affordable housing for Oahu residents, primarily, especially within the urban core of Honolulu, after the bill, particular comments around the mandation of parking provisions, I think may have the unintentional side effect of diminishing affordable housing and the effect and the intent of these particular bills. Much much analysis has been conducted showing that a single surface level parking stall within a Bill 7 project can cost as much as $25,000 for a parking stall within a structured unit. That's around $42,000 to $50,000 at minimum. Particularly, one of the concerns that's been addressed by community advocates in this space is this parking is often eaten and subsumed by the renter in question. And of course, to reaffirm, however, parking is an issue for residents. Totally understand that. And I think one of the ways in which Bill 7 could be enhanced without diminishing the quality or the intent of Bill 7 projects, sorry, Bill 53, is looking if there's an alignment to the city and county's transportation demand management or TDM plan, particularly managing on-street parking. I think Kalihi is beginning to explore a similar project of that scope. And I think that's one pathway to move forward. But particularly just to focus and to highlight the potential negative externalities that this can affect affordable housing. If you essentially are looking at I think the estimate is like $300 is add on top of units of rent due to cost of housing, due to cost of parking construction. This could diminish its effects. So I think, considering we have a number of Bill 7 projects in our community, if we could explore how we can enhance this bill without to support parking for residents, but at the same time without diminishing the impacts of affordable housing, I think that would be one particular thing we could do. Thank you.
Could you summarize in one sentence what the goal is of meeting and what will be discussed in the PIG? You mentioned many different things just now.
Thank you. My apologies. To be more succinct, this permitted interaction group would explore and provide recommendations on how to enhance Bill 7 without and address concerns related to the negative impacts on affordable housing construction.
So recommendations and potential concerns for Bill 53.
Yes, thank you.
Mahalo. Any other questions from the board in the room? Any questions from board members online?
Yes, one question. I wonder, so would this be better as a committee, better proposed as a committee, that anyone in the community or on the board can join? Because it sounds like it's kind of open-ended. There's no real, you're getting specific information or anything like that. It's just exploratory. So I think that, either should be a committee open to all or potentially a resolution that you bring to the board and then allow the board and the community to discuss.
Thank you for bringing up that point, Michelle. So one of the differences between us making a committee would require Justin to have an agenda for every single discussion that he were to try to have about this issue, Bill 53. And so the benefit of the PIG would be that it's exploratory in nature as a PIG. We could potentially have a discussion and not need to have an agenda posted with at least with whatever the threshold is for the notice postings, 6 days in advance. My apologies. And so I'm speculating, but it's possible that from discussions of the PIG, the group could become specific enough to then potentially create a committee. But Bill 53 in and of itself is actually very small. I read it. It's only a few pages. And so if we were to make a committee about Bill 53, we would be very limited, I think, in the amount of agendas that we could have. Did that help, Michelle? Do you disagree? Agree?
Yeah, no, it was just a question. Just making sure that we're not, trying to find a way for board members to get together when we're not supposed to be getting together to discuss community issues.
Right.
Ideally, we
And
want to do those.
community members can
community.
participate in PIGs. Other questions from board members online? Is there a motion to establish a Bill 53 PIG?
My motion.
I second. Auntie Laura, community response, input.
Yes, very quickly. Last time, I believe it was, I brought up the fact of having permitted stickers for people who live in dense housing areas. Second of all, we have to ask our Senator Fukunaga and other representatives to, and senators to please lower the standards for affordable housing. Right now, something that's called affordable is way out of the range of almost all of us that live in our communities.
Do you have a question about the PIG, Auntie Laura?
Yes,
The
yes.
fact that the group would like to meet?
If you would add, since it would be nice if you'd send us the bill, I've forgotten the number already, and it includes an open expression of affordable housing and parking in neighborhoods of low and modest income.
So that'll be something we discuss in the group, but we will not be adding anything to Bill 53 as part of the PIG. Any results from discussions will be presented at our regular board
But
meeting.
most of the affordable housing that's going in is designed for some other place and not our communities. So.
Agreed. Thank you. Other questions from community? Are there calls for participation of the Bill 53 PIG? Who would like to join?
I'll join.
Johnson? Menina, I'm assuming.
I would like to join Anwar Quadri.
Quadri?
Salas.
Salas? Aldana, I would like to participate. One more.
Me?
Minervi. Okay, so those 6 make up our Bill 53 PIG. Relating to the PIGs, I am going to defer to Justin and Daniela to let myself or Morgan know how members of the community, if they would like to participate, how they can do that and make it accessible for that sort of communication. To be determined. Okay, moving on to the department. Sorry, the PIG is established if there are no objections. Any objections online? Any objections in person? Okay, our second PIG is established. Mahalo. Now moving on to Department of Transportation Services presenting on HNL Connect. Welcome.
Aloha, good evening, everyone. My name is Max Kalhammer. I'm with Department of Transportation Services. I'm the branch chief for Business Development Services, which is in the Transportation Performance and Development Division of the Department of Transportation Services. Did we get all that? Okay. Yeah. So we're here tonight to present on transportation demand management or the implementation of it. And before I turn it over to Becca, who's our project manager for transportation demand management, I just wanted to introduce why we're doing it. There's a history to it. In 2023, we developed a transportation demand management plan, and we subsequently identified funding through Oahu MPO. There's federal and local money involved. And what transportation demand management is, in a nutshell, is a program of incentives and strategies to promote the reduction, not the elimination, but the reduction in the use of automobiles for, single occupancy, especially trips. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Becca, who's going to present to you in more detail on what we're up to since we started implementation.
think we're good. Yeah, thanks, Max. So I'm Becca Steinhauer. I'm the project manager for the project. Like, it's not translating. Okay, so I just wanted to start going over our current initiatives and projects that we have going. We are implementing a steering committee that is going to help guide the program, give us feedback, help with the messaging, and also just help garner involvement across the community and our community members. We also have the restricted parking zone program, which just launched in Kalihi Valley in late July, early August. And we also we have an interest list, and a couple of people from this area have submitted their request for that. And so when we start looking at next year's RPZs, they're on our list. And so we can look at implementing an RPZ in those locations. But just in case anybody isn't sure what a restricted parking zone program is it helps improve parking management for residents and businesses in that location by allowing residents to purchase permits and allow them to park there during restricted hours. And anybody who's there who doesn't have a permit will get fined by the hour. We are also working on launching our public-facing mobile and web TDM application, which is going to act as a wayfinding. Is it zoomed in enough? I need to zoom. Okay. It'll act as a wayfinding app. It'll also allow people to track their trips and earn points, and they can redeem those points for incentives. It'll also allow them to coordinate with other people for carpooling or vanpool program, the vanpool program, once that's relaunched. We also have a marketing campaign that's going on, but along with that, we have ongoing marketing that's just encouraging people to try out the bus, try out Skyline, or bike, whatever mode of transportation they prefer. We're trying to encourage that and let them know that it's not as hard as it looks. And so that kind of goes into our marketing campaign where our focus is like, if you take transportation, it's going to be easier on you. It's going to be more enjoyable. You'll earn time back. And just a little smidgen of what that campaign looks like. So we just want to show that places that once seemed that they were maybe out of your reach or just too hard or too long to get to, it's easier than you think. And the concept line is just step into the door of a vanpool, step into the door of a Skyline train or the bus, whatever. And we just want to compare the different advantages between active transit and what the drawbacks are. So like sitting in traffic, circling around, trying to find parking, stuff like that. But we also understand that we want to encourage change, but you don't have to exactly adopt a whole different lifestyle. Just 2 minutes. And just work it into your life however you can. And then this is just a little example of what the campaign is looking like. We just launched it this month, so you'll start seeing it around town. And then other initiatives that we have going on, the City Employee TDM, which is offering city employees different transit options, but also we just launched the City Holo Badge program, which gives them free transit. Ongoing education for public officials. We'll also be working on relaunching our vanpool subsidy program by the end of the year, as well as our carpool matching program that we're working with the state on, citywide multimodal efforts, and then parking reform, and then just ongoing program monitoring that includes our first annual report. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You really got it under the 2 minutes. I appreciate that. Any questions from the board in person? Menina.
Thank you for your presentation. Will the H&L Connect also feature integration with the Biki Bike Share Network?
With the Biki?
Yes.
I think that's in the works with the Holo program, correct? Yeah, so it's being talked about. I don't know when it happens, but.
So thanks for your question, Justin. The question was, would it integrate with Biki, the H&L Connect program? We are tasked to support all of the multimodal efforts. And in a sense that we can do that through TDM, it would be marketing and encouragement of that mode. And that would include travel challenges where Biki would be, maybe it could be like extra points or something, to encourage and promote that. Um, any other thoughts? As you can tell, this is a new program and we're really, taking
exciting.
ideas and winging it. So thank you.
Other questions from board members in the room? Questions from board members online?
Sorry. Yeah,
Daniela.
okay, thank you. I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. Very important subject. Can you spend a couple of more minutes on how you are planning to engage the community with specific steps?
So part of that is we want to do that with our marketing campaign, and just showing very specific areas and ways that they can use transportation. We're also trying to do that within our social media. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, it's hnl.dts. That's the primary place that we post. But we are trying to encourage people to use the different bus routes, but we're also trying to engage them when we post. We also are working with different developers when they work on their projects to help with parking and different TDM strategies. Yeah, I would say those are the primary ways that we're doing it right now. Oh, and we are going to different booths. So we're going to the Open Base event on Joint Base Pearl Harbor and Hickam this weekend. So we're going to try and encourage people to see the goodness of HNL Connect there as well.
I have one more question.
Go ahead, Daniela.
Okay, are you going also to present how some of these issues have been solved in our cities? So not solved, but addressed by other cities, in other cities.
Yeah, I know when they were working on the HNL Connect plan originally, they did do a lot of research and looked at other cities to see what they were including in their plans and what was successful and what wasn't successful. So I do know that they started with that and it's going to be ongoing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any other questions from board members online? Community members online? Daisy?
Thank you. Good presentation. My question is this in conjunction with Honolulu Complete Street projects? As you know that this particular area, you're going to have another 1,005 unit condominium of 43-story coming along Kapiolani Boulevard to add to other projects of higher density for this area. So are these things also incorporated? Are there any complete street projects for this area in the future? Because it affects all people. It's not only this community, but the neighboring communities of McCully, Kapahulu, Manoa, Waikiki, etc. So, and it seems as though, I don't know if it's in a connection with the transit-oriented development projects, because that also is a conductive thing between different types of transportations. And I ride the bus almost on a daily basis. So I understand that it is good practice to use public transportation, and I am thankful for that. But these things also need to be in consideration because of the limited amount of areas that people can drive and park. Parking is going to be a big problem. So I hope you are also thinking of all these different aspects as well as safe routes to schools. Thank you.
Yes, so we are a part of the Complete Streets program. And one of the tasks that we have is developer monitoring, which we are requesting TDM plans from the developers that qualify to submit based off of trips per hour generated. And then there's a ratio that goes along with that as well. And then depending on what they meet, they have to submit and follow certain strategies, TDM strategies, to help with the parking and offer different transit subsidies and things like that.
Seeing no other questions online, questions in person? Auntie Joanne?
I have talked to John Nucci, Aaron Rodobles, and some other people who have come down to my area, which is on Houston, and we have a lot of illegally parked cars on unimproved sidewalks. And I have been doing this for maybe from the beginning of January or even last year. Promises of signs, promises to get the police involved to ticket the people that are parking in undesignated areas and illegal parking areas, parking zones. So far, it's the same thing. They sent me a letter recently that there were new signs up, but as I walk down the street, I don't see anything new. So how can we communicate with you guys better to know? So I don't have to keep calling, like I have to keep calling the councilman's office, getting no results, and then getting very frustrated because even if you don't have an answer, at least communicate, which is not what you get. And if you get frustrated with a certain kind of a person, they never bother to call you back again. Okay, and that if you're in office, you need to answer because we hired as an our employee, and to ignore me is just totally ridiculous. So as far as John Nucci's office, I know he's busy, but how can we get him or you guys to communicate with us online or something, getting answers that way instead of calling, instead of leaving messages? Do you have an idea so that I know exactly what is happening? Because they're saying something is happening, but I don't see it. That's my question.
If I can preface by saying, I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Auntie Joanne, but my understanding is that their purview is a little bit different. Would you care to elaborate? Or if that's not helpful, say that's
Thank
not
you,
helpful.
Joanne, for your question. Danielle is right in the sense that I can't answer directly for the issues of the signs. I'm assuming it's Eisenberg Street area or House and Date. Okay. Okay. But I'm here to listen and take feedback on everything. Everything that's transportation related, I've been taking notes and, taking feedback.
Oh, do you want to come back up to the mic so that our community members online can hear what you have to say?
All I want to say is one great way to provide feedback to the city where you don't have to call the council member or try to get someone in their office when they're at their desk is to either submit something to Department of Customer Services online or call them. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
there's
that
an
answer.
established way to do that, and then they distribute the information. Thank you.
Any other community questions? All right, thank you so much for visiting us and for your presentation. Lovely to meet you. Yeah. Moving on to the next item, resolution supporting the McCully-Mōʻiliʻili parade.
Aloha, board
Aloha.
members in the room and online. My name is Wendell Higa. I came with my partner, Glenn Takamori, and we represent a Mōʻiliʻili Lions Club. We're part of the global organization Lions International, a nonprofit community service organization. The purpose of our visit is to request from you, the board, a favorable approval of our, I guess we call it, or you call it a support resolution for the annual Mōʻiliʻili Lions Club, the 68th annual Christmas parade. It's happening on December 11th, 2025, the second Thursday in December at 6:30 p.m. Our parade route, we start at Prince Kuhio Elementary School. We go ever on South King Street, take the South Beretania Fork, turn Mackay on Isenberg Street, and end at Old Stadium Park. We are actively pursuing a permit from the county transportation office, not them, but their partners. We need this support resolution to get the permit. I was going to describe the parade, but you've probably seen all parades. They're all the same, have And then to save time, I'll just note the important people. For instance, Neighborhood Commission Office will participate again, I guess. And last year it was Neighborhood Board 8, but a lot of absentees. And of course, there's Santa Claus. And there's just a whole bunch of people in the parade, High Gas, MCC, McCully District Park, Lamb of God School, Community Action Service, Humane Society, Moiliti Honganji Mission, and also the McKinley High School Leos, their Teenage Lions, and we sponsor the club, so they help us and learning community service in high school. And also our Kapamoy, we like to be called Kapamoy because we stumble over McCully-Mōʻiliʻili. Kapamoy Lions will be helping passing out treats for Santa Claus. He's riding a canoe, believe it or not. And that's courtesy of Huinalu, the big canoe club from Hawaii Kai. What else we want to talk about? Of course, we got vehicles, and we got the mayor's office, Calvin say, HPD, no chief, but maybe interim chief Ray Vanek might join us. McCully Fire Station, I guess they call it McCully-Mōʻiliʻili, Fire Station 29. And let's see what else. And we got a whole bunch of vehicles, and probably the most important are Prince Hill Elementary School and Mother Rice School, preschools. And so you see these little kikis actually walking the parade route. And, before I came today, I reviewed last year's video. And I guess that got my heart going.
Oh,
Yeah, they're really cute.
wonderful.
Little kikis walking, and some of them were passing out candies, helping Santa Claus.
We're looking
Again.
forward to it.
Okay, and then in summary,
Can you speak into the mic, Uncle?
I'm sorry. I spent 20 years in the Army, and I just yell at people. Okay. Okay, in summary, we, the Lions Club, are asking approval for this support resolution. And I think Dr.
Aldana.
got it nailed down. If not, we'll help you or let us know.
Yes.
And then, again, this is our 68th parade. Our parade is older. I'm sorry, I walked away from the mic again. Our parade is older than your neighborhood board 8.
Hey,
Yeah, so that makes us senior. Okay.
any questions from board members in the room or online? Any questions from community members in the audience? Okay, I move to support the Kapu'ula-Mōʻiliʻili parade for the Lions Club. Is there a second?
Yes,
Second.
second.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for so many. Johnson first and also Kwon. Are there any objections to supporting the Christmas parade? To the resolution as written here on the screen? Seeing no objections, the resolution passes. Thank you for coming to visit us. We'll see you at the Christmas parade. Moving on, State of Hawaii reports. Governor Green's representative. Not present, but the report will be shared. Manoa representative. Senator Lesihara or staff? Senator Fukunaga, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Okay, tonight's report is very brief. I wanted to highlight page 2, which talks about a relief program that is being offered by the Hawaii Hurricane Relief Fund for condo owners. So if any of you have experienced maintenance fee increases, this program is for you. And part of what the district metric shows in this particular slide is that within our area, and Senate District 11 has 198 condos that are potentially at risk, of which roughly 100 should be eligible for this program. And as you can see on this graphic, only 24 properties had applied for this assistance program. And of those 24, 21 received quotes from the Hurricane Relief Fund insurance providers, but only 2 of those were completed. So I'm kind of on a crusade to make sure that people in our region who potentially are eligible to participate in this hurricane relief program do get their condo associations to consider. I've attached the FAQ to my report. And so hopefully, if you're in a building in which this is one of the issues you're facing, I hope you'll share it with your condo associations. And let's get more condo associations participating, because this was really designed to help those older condo properties that are facing the most severe stress. Thank you. Other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions in person from board members? Any questions from board members online for the senator? Any community questions in person? Auntie Joanne? Auntie Joanne, can you come up to the mic and ask your question so that our community members... We'll give you a microphone.
I couldn't get hurricane insurance. So I'm just wondering, is it for homeowners too?
This particular program has been put together for for condo associations and for townhome associations. So it's a particular group that has been hit with very high premiums within the last few years. And the hurricane insurance market has gone through a lot of turmoil. So this is kind of why the program was put together, and it may not cover single family properties.
Do you know of any? Do you know of anybody that does cover single family home owners? Because some insurance companies don't want to cover certain types of homes.
Okay, I would direct your question to the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs Insurance Division. And I'll give you my card. You can, email me at my office and we'll send you the information on who to contact.
Thank you. Any other questions in person or online for the senator? Seeing none, thank you so much for coming in person. Senator Moriwaki?
Yes,
Are you
hi.
online?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Venus De Los Santos. I'm I'm coming from Senator Moriwaki's office. I just wanted to highlight points in her newsletter, which I pasted in the chat. We do have a disaster preparedness fair coming up next month. After the recent tsunami scare last month, many of us were stuck in traffic and a bit confused as far as what to do. So that everybody's on the same page, our office is hosting a disaster preparedness fair with the Emergency Management Agency, HPD, HFD, the Fire Department, and the Red Cross, and other agencies who will remind us what to do. It'll be September 16th from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Ho'okupu Center, also known as the Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Ho'okupu Center. located at 1125 Ala Moana Boulevard, situated in the Kewalo Basin Park near the waterfront. If you need more information, it will be we'll be distributing a flyer pretty soon as the date gets closer. Give us a call at the office if you need more info, 586-6740. Again, that's 808-586-6740. The next point I'd like to highlight is Senator Moriwaki's community survey. If you haven't filled it out, we'd love to hear from you. The QR code can be found on our newsletter link, which I put in the chat. You're preparing for the bills for this upcoming legislative session, which is roughly about 4 months or so away. So it's never too early to get ready for session. The next item is a security watch group. There are currently no active neighborhood groups in the McCully area. So if you're interested in starting a neighborhood security watch, please contact Officer Courtney Goodness. Her contact info is on the newsletter link. Her phone number, if I can just verbalize it, it's 723-3352. Again, that's 808-723-3352. And lastly, town hall meetings. Last week, Thursday, Senator Moriwaki joined Councilmember Tyler Dos Santos Tam and Representative Iwamoto and other community service agencies at a town hall at Nalehulu Kupuna, a senior housing complex, to discuss fire safety, rail construction, and affordable housing, among other issues. These meetings are really helpful and educational. If you're interested in holding a town hall meeting in your building, call our office. We'll be glad to give you some guidance. Again, our office number is 586-6740, 808-586-6740. And this number goes for any of the above that I've reported. You can call our office for more information. And
Thank you,
that's all I
Venus.
have. Yep. Thank
Any
you.
questions? Any questions from the board in person? Any questions from the board online? Any questions from community members online? Oh, Daniela, my apologies. Go ahead.
No, Oscar, is it my
Oh.
mute and unmute keep going on and off.
Okay.
Could you please repeat kindly what is the office that has this telephone number, 808-586-6740? I couldn't understand.
40, right? 808-586-6740. And this is Senator Moriwaki's office.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions online? Community questions in the room?
Hi, my name is Allison Peterson. I asked this question last time about that security watch group. I mean, I think it's a little bit of a misnomer when you say it's a security watch group as opposed to what it was described last month, that it was more like a walkthrough and identifying, certain things. But when you say that it's a security watch group, then I think that it's, being able to identify security, safety issues. Can you clarify that, please?
Well, basically, we just gather at a certain place and we go around and observe the neighborhood. It could take on a lot of forms. Security watch is basically any form of observation collectively in the community where we're watching what goes on, good and bad. So it's basically whether you're walking together or whether it's a call tree, you call another neighbor, observe what's happening, if they see anything. But if you call our office, we would kind of tailor what your needs are and what to watch out for. And so,
Venus?
yes.
You're
yes.
referring to neighborhood policing, correct?
Yes.
Versus what Allison is referring to is community survey.
Oh, a community survey.
Yeah, what you're referring to is neighborhood policing.
Yes. Yes.
Got it.
So,
So that's the distinction.
oh, I'm sorry. I must have misheard her. Was your
Did that help, Allison?
Yeah, well, last week it was described more as neighborhood
A community
survey.
survey,
Yeah.
correct. But I think what Venus is actually referring to is neighborhood policing. And Venus has confirmed that.
That's correct. So is there two forms of groups going out, or it's just the neighborhood policing?
Yes. But Senator Moriwaki does have an online community survey that you can participate in if you scan the QR code on her newsletter. That would not be in person, though.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Venus.
Thank you.
Any other questions in the room or online for Senator Moriwaki's office? Okay, moving on. Representative Garrett. Representative Olds. I see you chatting. Are you able to come off mute?
I am here. Hang
Hello.
on one sec.
Welcome.
Hi. I have to get set up. Beautiful condo here. My beautiful house. Good evening, everyone. Representative Olds, House District 23. Just a short brief for the group. In the chat, I have the August newsletter, but in addition, I also dropped into the chat the link to our Lawmakers Listen session that's going to be next week, Tuesday, at Washington Middle School from 6 to 8 p.m. There'll be light refreshments, and it's going to be a really good opportunity for the community to be able to come in, be able to ask questions. Featured is going to be the Speaker of the House, Nadine Nakamura, our finance chair, our new finance chair in the House, Chris Todd. There may be other leaders who might show up, and then hopefully I will be there too. So again, a good opportunity, especially for issues that may pertain largely outside of our district. I know as I've been canvassing the neighborhoods, knocking on doors, a lot of people have talked about things like food security, agriculture, and geothermal, like on the Big Island. And because Speaker is from Kauai, Chris is from the Big Island, we may be able to get some answers that may be a little bit larger than what we have right here in our community, but are still important for our state. With that, I'll take any questions, comments, concerns.
Any questions for Rep in the room? Salas.
Sorry, can you repeat when that meeting is? It was 6 to 8 p.m. at Washington Middle School, but when? What day?
Yes, next week, Tuesday, the 2nd.
September 2nd.
From 6 to 8 in the cafeteria.
Thank you.
Any other questions from board members in the room? Any questions from board members online? Any questions from, Daniela, do you have a question? She did a hand motion.
Hello?
Try again.
Hold on a second.
We can hear you. Thank you.
Can we participate? Can people participate with Zoom? No. Is there
So
a
at
Zoom?
the time, we do not have
Or
a
it's
Zoom
only in
link set up.
person?
It's only
Will
in
be?
person.
All in person. Okay, thank you very
Only in
much.
person.
Sure, thank you.
Ikaika, there was a question about, are you able to drop the link to the survey in the chat?
It is in the chat.
Got it. Thank you. Any other?
So yeah, it's the last thing in the chat right now. If somebody wants to take a look.
Can you check, Michelle?
One more question.
Yes, Daniela.
Thank you. The result of the meeting will be, where can one read the result? Will be posted somewhere? The discussion?
So the idea is we will be recording it. and we will be posting it up onto the website, our Capitol website,
Oh, very good.
for
Thank-
people to be able to view later on afterwards.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions online? Questions from community members in person? Thank you so much. Moving on, Representative Tam.
Hey everyone, sorry I was having issues with my computer.
Plus also, we're very ahead of schedule, so I understand that you're surprised to be called up so early. Thank you for being here.
No, I was hoping that I could be there in person, but I couldn't find parking. Thanks for having me. My newsletter is in the chat and it's also online at the Capitol website if you need it. I'm going to keep my report short. You already heard about the condos, but I want to talk about the noise cameras that are going to be installed. We passed this back in 2023, and DOT is going to have 10 noise detecting cameras out there to enforce loud mufflers as well as loud sound systems. They're going to be fully installed, expected by January 2026. And it is mostly for data collection at first. And they will be sending the data to HPD so the HPD can respond to those areas at specific times when they usually happen. And hopefully in the future, we can send them citations automatically. That is my report, and I'm open to any questions you may have.
Any questions for Representative Tam from board members in the room? Any questions from board members online? Any questions from community members online? Any questions from community members in person? A question in the room.
I actually had a question.
Johnson.
It had to do with the locations. I've heard people ask in the past where those locations are going to be. I think Waikiki was one of the areas mentioned. Are they going to be collecting the data and then determining, or actually honing where they want to put those cameras at? Because, and this is just a suggestion. This is my personal experience, but we have a lot of freeway activity around midnight 30 on every Saturday night. It gets extremely loud, and just saying that if you have a spare one to use right around Dukahana-Mokopua, the intersect or the overpass right there, great location. But yeah, I was just more curious about if those locations are set in stone and if you're going to be fine tuning that based on the data that you collect in the beginning.
I think those 10 locations are set in stone. I do not know exactly where they are, but yes, some of them are in Waikiki. What I would recommend is that you either write to our office with that location and we will send it over to the Department of Transportation. And the Department of Transportation is like taking community feedback on where these cameras should go anyways. So I could absolutely understand the frustration, and I would love for more of these to be everywhere.
Seeing no other questions, thank you so much, Rep. Tam.
Thank you.
Okay, number 8, community concerns from residents. Any questions from the audience or concerns? Auntie Laura.
Thank you, Laura Ruby. I was hoping that Elmer would be here today for Manoa. What's come out is a survey that people in the community should answer, and I would really implore you to answer. This is a foolish project that has already been put in line by somebody, and it might be a Lasner legacy project, I don't know. But basically to cancel out all of the College of Ed and lab school, charter school, everything on the other side of University Avenue at the university. This is a huge diminishing of a campus. Now I can talk longer because if you give me the 2 minutes from, because I would actually like to have somebody to counter any of the things I'm going to say. And I've long association with UH, long association, of course, with the community. And that is historically, the school came together to be a university only because the College of Education, then called the Normal School, and the Tropical Ag School all came together around the campus. And it was called the normal school came over, and then everybody said, this is great. It's going to be a university. And for all of these second generation and third generation people here that would be able to move from just a general education into the professions that we know today, all of the government jobs, all of the higher professionals in the business world, and start up their own businesses and everything. And this is why we have the Founders Gate, and it was to bring everybody together. And we also have a lovely green space. Think about when you go up University Avenue and you walk and you just see the green space and the monkey pods and everything. That will all be completely diminished if this goes through. That's one thing. What was that?
30 seconds.
Well, see, that's not fair. That's
You
why I
get the
need
2 minutes though. The 30
but
seconds is
there are,
warning.
well, there are a lot of open spaces that are not impactful on the College of Education. We are underserved with our teachers, our local trained teachers, and we need to have more. We are going to have fewer teachers because what teacher training person wants to go to the second floor in the middle of campus? What teacher, master teacher wants to come into the middle of campus and then go off to serve the interim teachers that are out in the community?
Thanks, Auntie
So
Laura.
far.
When does the survey close? Do you happen to know?
Yes, the 5th of September, the next week. So I really, really encourage you. There's so much more I can tell you about it, why they're not practical. There's loads of empty things on campus, like theaters are empty.
The email that you sent us, Auntie Laura, does that have the survey link? The email that I got, that the board
Yes,
got,
yes.
it
You
has
have
the
to watch
survey
out.
link?
And I told them today it was not functioning correctly.
Oh,
See
so
if
the
it is.
survey you would like us to participate
Yeah.
in
That's
not
it.
working.
You could just get the communications office or
Got it.
something at UH.
Okay.
And remember, anybody know the old days of East West Center and the afternoons that you might have gone over to the bar and the food? And it was a wonderful, gorgeous garden area. I mean, that's still there. There's so many things that are available on campus, and they talk about.
Auntie Laura,
I would
I've
like to
been
tell
more
you.
than generous.
Okay, I know.
Thank you.
We're done with it's Bauhana now too.
Any other community comments or concerns for this open floor time, online or in person? Seeing none? Board announcements.
Sorry, I have something, but
Daniela.
my mute and unmute system is not working well. Anyway,
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to thank you, Laura, for bringing this survey and this topic up, which is very important and is affecting not just the city, but all neighbors around. Thank you, Laura, for doing it.
One more question. Auntie Joanne, or concern, 2 minutes.
Well, I wanted to ask you guys, I mean, I don't come to this in person because it's kind of hot in here, but anyway, besides that, I'm kind of busy, so I listen and do things. Anyway, I was wondering if we could concentrate on certain problems and just focus on that to the meeting. Because when I'm here, I feel like we're going all over the place and what are we really accomplishing? So, you know, maybe homelessness, one session, maybe how we can resolve that about the parking. But if we talk about so many things, it's kind of confusing because after I get out of here, I'm like, what did we really solve?
Yeah, and the nature of this meeting is to cover a lot. However, you heard that we established 2 pigs tonight. And so I'm really hopeful that from the results of the survey, we will see our board transform to create special committee topics so we can make more movement on things that are meaningful. And so keep an eye out for those because community members can participate.
So that would be that we would be focusing on that in this meeting after we get the.
So in a committee meeting or even in a PIG meeting, part of their role is to report back to our meeting what their major findings are. And so on the Cliff Notes version, you will definitely hear during this meeting. So you did mention that you were busy. I heard that if you don't have time to go to the committee meetings, you won't miss out on major information because part of their role is to report to the larger board.
It's not busy for work or anything, but there's other issues. But anyway.
Yes, of course.
Also thank you to Carol Fukunaga because I'm very pleased that she actually showed up in person.
Always. She's always here. We love to see her. Thank you.
That speaks volumes of her showing up as a representative.
Agreed. Seeing no other community concerns, I'm going to go ahead and read the announcements here. The next neighborhood board meeting is scheduled to be held on Monday, September 29th at 6 p.m. here in person at the McCully District Park Classroom 1, which is on the ground floor, or online via WebEx. If you would like to add something to the meeting agenda, you can contact Chair Morgan Lee. I will be giving back the microphone and gavel next time. You need to let her know at least 2 weeks prior. Also, our meetings can be viewed on Channel 49 on Olelo at 9 p.m. on the third Friday of the month and the second and fourth Sunday of the month at 3 p.m. There's a web link available online if you would like to see. All right, thank you so much, everyone. The time is 7:45 and this meeting is adjourned in record time.